How you doing, my friend? I'm just headed home. Gonna go home, grab my beautiful wife, see my little grandkid, and maybe take her out for some steak dinner, because I feel like some steak. But hey, I wanted to just share with you my day. I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful for what I get to do every day. And I'm not blessed because I have an airplane. I'm not blessed because I have multiple houses and a beautiful wife and cars and all that stuff. That's not why I'm doing this video, to say that I'm so blessed. The reason that I am so blessed, the reason that I feel satisfied every day, the reason I get up every day early to me is 7:30, but I usually stay up late. And the reason I feel fulfilled with the work that I do is because I get to help people. I just finished up with a phone call with a 71-year-old recently divorced woman from San Diego. And this lady has been listening to my radio show since 2011. So 7 years she's been listening to my show. She's 71. She doesn't have Facebook, so she doesn't get to see this. But she called me. She didn't know what to do. She just got divorced. She gets $350 a month in Social Security, $650 a month in alimony from her husband because she gets half of his Social Security. She worked for him most of her life. They were married 45 years. Think about that. 45 years. And she's now 71 years old. And so she doesn't get a lot of Social Security because she, stayed at home most of the time. She took care of him. She got paid under the table. He kept all the money. Didn't save up for retirement. And now she's a single lady at 71 years old. $17,000 of credit card debt. Living in San Diego. Roughly $1,000 a month. I don't know about you, but $1,000 a month is not very much money for me. I could spend $1,000 a night here in Las Vegas, not at the casinos gambling, but if I take out friends. I spent over $500 this weekend on a bar tab, buying drinks for friends, buying drinks for clients, buying dinner. Not all the $500 was drinks, but there was some dinner. She's living on $1,000 a month. Now, you've heard me say before, being broke is hard. But let me tell you something. Being old and broke, that's extremely hard. She's 71 years old, just got divorced, living on $1,000 a month. She now has to go get a job. Think about that. 71 years old, having to go get a job. Where's she going to go to work? Walmart? In-N-Out Burger? McDonald's? Think about it. You're how hard work is now. How tired you are now in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Imagine doing it when you're 70. In her case, 71. But the reason I feel blessed, the reason I feel fulfilled, is she didn't know what to do. She has to go get a job but doesn't have any money to even buy clothes to go apply for a job. She's lost. Never missed a payment. Doesn't know what to do. She thinks she needs to file bankruptcy over 17 grand, but she doesn't have the money to pay a bankruptcy attorney. She wanted to do my debt dismissal program, but doesn't have the money to pay me. So I was able to coach her and give her some advice on what she can do to survive, what she can do to buy groceries. I remember my grandma, when she was in the nursing home in John Day, Oregon. She didn't have enough money to buy her prescription pills. And I found out she wasn't buying her prescription, her insulin. And so I started buying it for her because she didn't have the money. But this lady, she doesn't have it. She doesn't have money for food. She pays rent and her credit cards. So what I advised her to do was stop paying the credit cards. And she was horrified. She was horrified because she feels obligated to pay those credit card bills, right? And I had explained to her, I said, Darlene, you're not 23 years old. This is not the advice that I give it to a 20-year-old or a 30 or 40-year-old. You know, if you're in your 30s, you call me and ask me what to do about your debt, I'm going to tell you go drive for Uber. Go get a second job. Go get a third job. Go do a fourth job. Start going to yard sales, getting stuff, selling it on eBay, Craigslist. She's not. She's 71 years old, doesn't know what to do. Can you imagine your grandma not being able to buy food? Not being able to have electricity? Not being able to run the air conditioner? I mean, not being able to buy food? It's heartbreaking. But I feel blessed because I was able to give her a way out, to give her an option. And yes, my option includes not paying her credit cards. And I told her, stop paying the credit cards. First thing, go to creditkarma.com right now. Go to creditkarma.com, get some new credit cards because you're going to need some in the future. Second, stop paying your credit cards. It's $370 a month, $367, something like that. That's $360, $370 you can put in your bank account that you can buy groceries with. And then the moment these banks start calling you, to immediately call me. Because what I'm going to do for her is we're going to keep track of the phone calls. And we're going to tell her the language to use, which is going to make it illegal for these banks to call and harass her to get their money. Now, I know the banks are trying to get the money. But think about it. These banks have insurance on these credit cards. She didn't go out and go buy a bunch of clothes and rack up the credit card debt due to irresponsibility. She got the credit card debt paying her bills because her husband kicked her out at 71 years old after 45 years of marriage. She didn't have a choice. She'd been using her credit cards to pay for food. I have no problem telling her to stop paying her credit cards. She needs the money for food. The banks can survive. And here's the thing, she didn't realize this. And I don't know if you know this. Banks have insurance on their credit cards, on the car loans, on the boat loans, on the mortgages. They have insurance. So when she stops making the payments on these credit cards, they're just going to apply for insurance and they're going to get money from the insurance company. And then they're going to charge it off and they're going to send it to a collection company. The collection company will most likely be Midland Credit or Portfolio, the two biggest debt buyers in the world. And they're going to buy this $17,000 for probably $25 to $30. That's it. 25 to 30 bucks. And they're going to start calling her. And we're going to keep track of those phone calls too. And I told her, based on if they start calling you and violating TCPA, Telephone Consumer Protection Act, if they start violating the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, we're going to be there for you. And I'm going to make it to where you never have to work another day in your life. Because we're going to keep track of the violations, which are going to allow us to file a lawsuit based on the violations. Every time that person calls, if they use a robo-dialer, do you know it's a statutory fine, a $500 to $1,500 statutory fine. And they're going to call, like Bank of America has it built into their system to call 10 times a day. Now 10 times 1,500 is $15,000 a day. Now, she is not paying her bill, she's not paying her bills in an attempt to rip them off, to commit fraud. She is going to not pay her credit card bills so she can buy food. And then I'm going to step in through our attorneys and keep track of the violations. And in a month, we can have $450,000 worth of violations. That money goes to her. The attorneys get the attorney's fees. I get paid because I work with the attorneys and I help them with this case. I don't get paid any of the attorney fees. I get paid an hourly wage for the work that I and my team do to help the attorneys. But why I feel so blessed and so fulfilled every day is because of 71-year-olds like Darlene that call me for advice. They don't know where else to go. They don't know where else to go. And I'm able to step in and help them. If you are having a hard time paying your bills, if you have bad credit, if you have a family member or a loved one like Darlene that's getting harassed by collection companies, getting harassed by banks, calling them one time and asking for payment, that's not harassment. We do that with our clients that don't pay us. But we don't call them 10 times a day. We don't threaten them. We help them. We try to help them. If they lost their job, we try to get them a job. We offer them jobs. I offered a lady the other day, she owes me $4,000. She's unemployed, can't pay us. I said, not a problem. Come work for me. Pay off your debt by working for me. I'll pay you extremely well. Health insurance, life insurance, pension plan, vacation, sick time, personal time. And then you pay me $150 a month out of your salary to pay off your bills. I don't harass them. I don't threaten them. These collection companies, these banks will call 10, 15 times a day. They'll threaten you. Say they're going to throw you in jail. Say they're going to tell all your friends. They say we're going to put it on a website. We're going to tell everybody at church that you didn't pay your bills. This is illegal. And that's why there's consumer protection laws to protect you. And I feel like it's my duty, my responsibility to help you and to help your family and your loved ones. So, because you might not know about TCPA, you might not know FDCPA and what they are required to do and what they're required not to do. And that's my job, to step in the middle, to block them from hurting you, to shield you from them. That's why I feel fulfilled every day. That's why I feel blessed. So if you're struggling with debt, you're struggling with taxes, you're struggling with making ends meet, and you don't know where to go, reach out to me. I'm here. Send me a message, call the office, send me a text message, whatever it is. I'm here for you. Have a good day.